Hey everybody, this is Professor Carbonaro. When we get more people in here, we'll start the live stream process. But as of now, just wanted to say, hope you guys are having a great weekend. Hope everything is going good. Let me adjust my camera right here real quick. Okay, there we go. There we go, much better. So, hope you guys are having a great weekend. Hope you had a great weekend. We're back. We're down to the last 5 weeks of school, so school's getting down to the end here. So make sure we're prepared for that. We're going to be talking about today our schedule for the rest of the semester, as well as a cool tip and trick to use with Twitter. So. Our social media class just got done with Twitter, and what I wanted to do today was give you a little insight on TweetDeck and Twitter Analytics if you haven't used Twitter Analytics before. So let's get started. I'll start getting started on our live stream. So our classes. Let me pull up our. Here's our class schedule that we have. This is our Introduction to Business class. You could see we are starting week 12 right now. We're starting week 12. And let me move this, Let me move this once again to this spot right here. That way I'm looking straight at the monitor. And so hope all the sound is good. Hope the sound is doing good. This microphone is pretty sweet. I finally figured out how to use it, so it's good. But if you could see here, we are on week 12 right here. We are on week 12. We got finished with our tests last week. We started chapter 10. We finished up the management section for our Introduction to Business class, and now we are moving on to our marketing section. So tomorrow we'll introduce marketing. We'll talk about what marketing is. Then we will go over the next 2 phases of marketing, and then we'll have test number 4 on week 13. Again, test number 4 is on chapters 10, 11, and 12. So it's on 10, it's on 11, it's on 12. I give you an extra week to prepare. That way you're not stressing out over the weekend over a lot of material and taking a test within 2 weeks of each other. So we are doing that. We have our presentations coming up due. Our projects are being due in 1, 2, and 3 weeks from now. So make sure we get that all checked out in order. Our projects due. But one of the things that I want to tell you, and this goes for all my classes, right here. Drop deadline. Drop deadline is this Sunday. So if you're not doing real well in my classes and you think you could do better, things come up, right? You have family, you have work, you have other responsibilities. So if you feel like you could do a better job and get a better grade in another semester, by all means, do it. I mean, that's what the W is there for. But if you're in my classes, I would hope that you stick it out. I think we're going to be doing good. I think most people will end on a good note. So make sure we're doing that. But that's for our Intro to Business class, just talking about marketing, going over marketing. I actually put up a video on product design last week when I was on vacation. So I would suggest you go back and look at that. Even if you're not in a marketing class, it's really cool seeing the business applications that we have in today's world that we learn in today's classrooms and put into real life. So go ahead and go look back on that. It's called Product Design in Olive Oil. So I went wine tasting, and they also sell olive oil at this one wine tasting room in Solvang, California, up north. You drive up the 101 towards Santa Barbara. You hook a right inland towards the Santa Ynez Valley, and you'll find the little Danish town of Solvang. But good business stuff there. A lot of small entrepreneurs and everything like that. So it's not only a good relaxing vacation time, but you could actually learn a lot about business by being with those people. So yeah, that's for our Introduction to Business class. We got our presentations due. And if you have any questions with your presentations or projects, don't hesitate to come see me, right? I do my live stream office hours for you. I'm accessible, 5 hours a week in my office, 2 or 4 hours a week in my office, an hour on email, but really I'm available anytime. If you need me, we can schedule something out. But most of the time it can be answered through email. But if not, could do that. So that's our intro to business class. Let me pull up our personal finance class. Personal finance. These are for my in-class one, the LAC and PCC. Right here, we are on chapters 11 and 12 as well. So we'll finish 11 tomorrow, and that's about home insurance. So we already did auto insurance on Thursday. We're doing home insurance on tomorrow, and then we're doing healthcare. And then we get into the fun stuff. The fun stuff is chapter 14, 15, 16, 17, and 19. We're talking about fundamentals of investing, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, retirement funds. So the last section after test number 3 is really the fun stuff. After test number 3, we do the fun stuff, but test number 3 is coming up. It's the last test that you can actually drop. I allow you to drop one of your lowest scores, so that's the one. And assignment number 3 is do your last assignment. So make sure we're doing that. And again, as well, the drop deadline. Drop deadline's this Sunday, so be aware of that if you're planning on dropping a class. So that's our GBiz 10 for both classes, LAC and PCC. And our PCC, or our online class is going to be doing, I think we're on chapter 14 now, so you guys are doing the investments a week early, just because of the fact that we have tests and stuff on campus. But you guys are starting the stocks and investments, and that's really it's really fun, good stuff. And stock market's always changing, so if you haven't, I suggest, go to finance.yahoo.com or finance or google.com/finance and just see what's going on. One of the interesting things about stocks, about a couple weeks ago, Tesla, I think it jumped over Ford or GM as being the most valued car company out there. So Tesla, the high-tech, zero emissions electric vehicle run by entrepreneur Elon Musk, is the highest rated car company in America now. So very interesting times we live in. And transitioning that, we'll go to my social media class. So the people that are here on social media, we're going to be doing YouTube all this week. So it's really super fun, super in-depth. And yes, I have a YouTube channel. You're watching me as my subscribers, but I can tell you the rule with YouTube is this. If you want to become big on YouTube, if you want to do really, really well on YouTube, you have to put out a lot of content, and you have to deliver to your audience, and you got to be consistent, right? Consistent content and content. Consistent content and your customers, customers, content, and the other one. So and consistency. So consistency, content, customers. You gotta figure out those 3 things. And when I mean consistent, I mean putting stuff out maybe every day, twice a day, maybe putting stuff out three times a day type of stuff. Just being very, very consistent with your thing, doing stuff on a daily basis. Don't go and miss a week or miss 3 days and miss 2 days. Or if you're going to be on YouTube, you got to make a lot of stuff, right? And so there's no better person that I could think of in my close proximity of my friends and colleagues than Mr. Morgan to teach it. Mr. Morgan, let me pull him up real quick. And we're going to talk about Twitter in a second, but let me pull up. So you all logged in to go to my website, to go to my channel to watch this live stream. But if you go to my channel, there is, I put up here a featured channel, right here, featured channel. And let me zoom in because it's a little... So there's a thing called a featured channel, and I have instructor A. Morgan, and Adam Morgan, very good instructor in the COS department. He's the one that actually helped me set up my YouTube. He helped me set up my YouTube, and we kind of feed off of each other, and we talk to each other and all that type of stuff. But he's got some really good videos. He's got a lot of content, so he produced a lot of content. If you look at his video list, I mean, there's a lot of videos. He puts out a lot of content, dating back, this is 3 months. One of the ones that just got one of his biggest hits was APA formatting on YouTube. I mean on Word, APA formatting in Word, and let me see this one right here.
Hi and welcome everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a video request.
And so right here, Word 2016 APA formatting. He's got a lot.
Hi and welcome, and thank you for joining.
You can see Adam. He goes to Long Beach City College. He runs these videos, but this was his most hit video, 2600. And so I thought, you know, if I'm going to have somebody come in and really teach you about YouTube, yes, we both talk about the fundamentals of it. Me and him bounce off of ideas off of each other and stuff like that. But his content production is way up there. I wish I could have the time and energy to do all the videos that he does. Maybe this summer I'll be inspired to do stuff. But right now I'm just kind of focusing on my classes. But Adam's really good at creating videos and creating content for his classes. He's a part-time teacher. He teaches at multiple schools here in Southern California, and he actually teaches here at Long Beach City College. So if you need any computer classes or anything, I suggest taking him. He's really up to date on technology. He'll come very, very prepared, everything like that. And his videos are really good. They're really good hands-on teaching style type of stuff. He's really built a base with his customers. He's been consistent with his content, and he's put out mass amount of content out there. And so what's great about Adam is that because I know him and because he's a good colleague of mine, I'm having him come into our class on Tuesday for our LAC class. He's coming in on Tuesday. On our Wednesday night class, I believe he's coming in a couple weeks. So if you're in any of the social media classes, you'll be able to hear him talk about his rise in social media, his analytics we're going to be talking about, and that's what we're going to be kind of talking about the second half of this thing, but for Twitter analytics. So his analytics on YouTube are really, really great. He's got a video on YouTube analytics. He's really big on YouTube. And so instead of hearing me preach about it, because I could tell you exactly everything that we do, but I want somebody to come in that does it on a daily basis, that does it more in depth and has a good content with his stuff. So he's got a lot of students. He's got over 200 subscribers of students that actively watch his stuff because he teaches a hands-on computer application type of class. So he's coming in to teach, and then on Thursday we're going to be doing a YouTube activity. So maybe creating our YouTube accounts, maybe creating a YouTube channel within the class and posting videos on that. So we'll see, right? We'll see. I'm going to leave that up to a surprise to you on Tuesday, Thursday. But that's what we do in our social media class. So if you're sitting out there and you haven't joined our social media class, if you haven't taken our social media class, we do a lot of stuff. We just finished up Facebook a couple weeks ago. We finished up Twitter last week. This week we're doing YouTube. We're going to be going into Instagram and Snapchat, and then we're going to be developing web platforms for our personalized and professional websites. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff out there. But YouTube's this week for our Wednesday night social media class. Remember, your Twitter assignment is due tomorrow, tomorrow night by 11:59, and we're going to be doing our Facebook group. Oh no, you already completed your Twitter assignments. I'm sorry. The Tuesday class, your Twitter assignments are due tomorrow. So your Twitter assignments are due tomorrow for the Tuesday, Thursday class. But the Wednesday night class, we'll transition to Wednesday night PCC right now. Wednesday night PCC, we have our Facebook pages presentation. So remember, make sure you're working with your teams, right? You have to work with your teams to get this done. Giving administrator rights so your Facebook pages can look clean and organized. So you're going to be presenting on your Facebook page. And then the second half of class, we're introducing the final assignment that's due in 5 weeks, the personalized website. And so in professional websites, so you could actually start creating those in class, start looking up templates and really start trying to design your website. I think that'd be good to start it now. So that is what we're going to be doing for those classes. Before we move on to doing a little activity right now with TweetDeck and analytics, YouTube or Twitter analytics, are there any questions? Any questions out there from the people that are live streaming right now? I'll leave it open for like just a good 40 seconds. Type in your question. If you have a question that's longer, just type in, yeah, I have a question, hold up. So I'll wait another 30 seconds for questions, and then we'll dive right into our Twitter analytics, TweetDeck. All right, so let's get started. So if you have a Twitter account, and most of us do, right? If you go to if you sign up for Twitter, and before you log in, there's a home page that has a bunch of stuff on it. But your home page, right? I created this earlier in the year when I made a video called how to create a Twitter account. And so I'll link to that at the end of this office hours as well in about an hour or so when I publish this video. But the Twitter account, it looks like this now, right? If you're looking at your homepage, and I just created a generic Twitter account of our class for talking about stuff in class. So you have your home tab, you have your moments. This is what's going on right now in the world, the trending stuff right now. McDonald's introduces the fork, a real fork made of real fries, right? So just a bunch of trendy stuff out there. News, sports, entertainment. You can see kind of Twitter's trying to become like a little news source itself. So we have our homepage here, and if I edited it up, and if you see my Twitter account, it has a nice picture, a nice header, all this type of stuff. And so people following, all this good type of stuff. So one of the things that you may be asking, right? And let me kind of go full page of this. One of the things you may be seeing is that if you're on Twitter and you're an active Twitter user, there's people out there on Twitter all the time that are constantly like getting attention. Like how do they know when somebody's gonna tweet, or how do they know when this person says something, or when this trending topic, and how do they get their content out so much? If you want to be successful at Twitter, I mean, there are people that tweet 1,000 times in 1 month, right? I mean, 1,000 times in 1 month, that's like 50 a day. So it's like a lot of Twitter stuff, right? 1,500 tweets a month. And so there's people that 100 tweet a day, right? I mean, ridiculous amount of tweets. And so when you're thinking about that, when you're thinking about how do they get that done, and you're like, how are they doing that just on their phone? They're not doing it on their phone. They're doing it on a desktop. They're sitting behind a computer, probably with multiple monitors, monitoring the situation and just doing it, right? And unfortunately, Twitter doesn't monetize anything unless you do ads or promote stuff, and that's one of the reasons why they're kind of sinking a little bit. But a great tool that Twitter has is called TweetDeck, right? TweetDeck. And so I'm gonna go to that in a second. But what it's called is it's this right here. It's called TweetDeck.twitter.com, right? TweetDeck.twitter.com. And so see this one, this little blue button. See this little blue button right here? You have this little blue button right here at the top, right next to the homepage. Whenever that's a blue dot, it means you have new tweets, right? And constantly on Twitter, you have to constantly keep clicking the homepage or clicking, clicking like a button up top to like get it to go up a little bit to get the newest trending stuff, the newest tweets that came in. And so that gets a little annoying, right? And so when you try to tweet, you have to tweet here, and you have stuff that you could put, you could add a poll, you could put a location, you could put a GIF, you could put a photo, you have 140 characters. There's many different tools that you can use for Twitter, but one of the best tools, and it's free, it's free, is TweetDeck, right? So if you go to it, all you got to do is type in TweetDeck. You don't even need to type in tweetdeck.twitter. You just got to type in tweetdeck.com. And it automatically loads up. And now this thing looks completely different, right? I mean, this thing looks completely different. And so you see here all these things on the side right here. You can now categorize your tweets. You now can make sure that your Twitter actually is ahead of the game and stuff. And so when you do your tweet, you could tweet. If you have multiple profiles, you have multiple profiles pop up. You could click on some images. You could schedule a tweet. So you could put a schedule and say exactly what time it is. You could remove the schedule of the tweet. I mean, really some interesting stuff. You could do a direct message, all that type of stuff. But this is how people are understanding and how they could actually see what's going on is through this. They add a column, and when you add a column, you could add search, you could add a trending topic. So let's say whenever Will Smith, that's not the Will Smith, let's say Justin Bieber, because he's one of the most followed people on Twitter in history. If I want to know anything about Justin Bieber, I could add his thing to here. I could follow him. I could add or remove from a list, which we'll talk about later. But if I wanted to add a column, I could then go to my users and I could type in Justin Bieber. And where is Justin Bieber at? Let's do add Justin Bieber. No, that's not his name. Where the heck is Justin Bieber? Right there, at Justin Bieber, right? Go over here. Right there. Anytime Justin Bieber tweets, I now have it. Anytime Justin Bieber tweets, I now have it. So I can monitor when Justin Bieber tweets. I can monitor whenever anything like that happens. So that's one of the first things. TweetDeck's a powerful tool. You could set up notifications. You could do direct messages. You could do this. And one of the cool things about it is that as tweets come in, they just drop down. They drop down. They drop down. And so that's one of the cool things about TweetDeck is that the tweets fall down. You could see all your stuff at one time, because if we went to our Twitter account and we went to our Twitter account, you can't see everything at one time. You see the same stuff, right? That's the tweet right there. That's the tweet right there. But see, a new one popped up here, and it hasn't even come in on Twitter yet. It hasn't even come on Twitter. Now, if I click this in the home page, it hasn't even come on Twitter yet. And so TweetDeck's a very, very powerful tool. You can see all your stuff. All these are now open up on TweetDeck, so you have this there. You could customize what you see here if you want to have to see your activity, so what people are saying all the time, what the likes are, messages, whenever you get mentioned, whenever somebody tells your name, what's trending. I could find a trending topic, so let's do hashtag pitch. So we could add the column. Apparently there was a show called Pitch, and they canceled it. And so it averaged barely 3 million viewers in a 0.8, but still did better than Sleepy Hollow, Exorcist, and Scream Queens, but yet they canceled the show. So you could have whatever that hashtag's popping up. So that's what's great about TweetDeck. And if you have any questions about it, chat in here, right? Chat in, let me know. The other thing is Twitter analytics. So if you don't know this, we're not going to get really into it. I'm not going to go deep into it. I may make a video on Twitter analytics, but all you got to do is go to your profile, click analytics, turn on analytics, and in a couple days what will happen, every one of your tweets that you have will show how many people saw it, how many people engaged with it, how many people actually took the time to look at the hashtag or did something like that, and then get the engagement rate. So just a little tools with Twitter we use in our social media class. We go through this type of stuff, so it's pretty fun. But I'm gonna close it up right there. Are there any questions before we close this session out? And I'm going to leave it open for another 25 seconds, and then if not, we'll just close it up and we'll be good. All right, so since nobody has a question or anything, we're going to be closing this session up. Again, office hours, the next ones that are coming up are this Friday from 10 to 12, and I will be here for that. If you have any questions, email me, tweet me, send a comment on my YouTube channel, go to my website, email me, whatever you need to do to get a hold of me, all right? So other than that, I will see you and have a great Monday night.